Hi, everybody. I wanted to thank many of you for the really great comments that you've been leaving about my custom DC figures. Some of the videos that I've posted in the last couple months about my DC collection and all the different customs that I've been making, those videos have really been getting a lot of likes and a lot of comments, and I really appreciate that. I never really thought I was that good at customizing and kit bashing figures until so many of you, gave me such great encouragement and such really good comments. So, in this video, I'm going to update all of you on my latest projects for the customizing DC McFarlane Multiverse figures. So what you're looking at now are figures that I've already talked about, I've already shown on my channel. So we have the very first classic Superman, we have the custom Superman, and we have the brand new Lex Luthor in his battle suit. And I just wanted to use these as kind of the background as well as the figures that I'm going to use for comparisons. So again, if you haven't seen my other videos, please feel free to watch those as well. I show off more of these custom figures and some of the other figures that I've created, and I also talk about how I was able to make some of these custom figures. So if you're wondering how this Superman that you're seeing here in the center, if you're wondering about how he came to be, you can watch some of my older videos and I talk about the making of that figure. So one of my latest projects that I have finally finished, because it took me quite a while, which is one of the reasons why you haven't seen a video in quite a while, is because I have been working on these customs that I'm going to show you here today. So the first one is the Kingdom Come Superman. So this one, a lot of work went into this one, that's for sure. So the body is the Red Sun Superman from McFarlane DC Universe. The trunks are actually from the Rebirth Superman figure, which is this figure. So these trunks are the ones that came on this figure. What I did is I turned them around. So this is actually technically the back because the front really would not work for this at all. And I painted them red. I painted in the black belt. I painted in the red accents on the belt. So this is all fully painted. I had to paint the entire body a dark blue to match with the Kingdom Come Superman suit, because the Red Sun Superman, of course, is more like the gray color. The cape is just the same cape that came on the figure. The boots are painted red with the same red paint as the trunks. It's also the same red paint that went into making the custom Superman figure there. Now, the head of this Kingdom Come Superman figure is actually from an old DC Direct figure. And, if you look close here, you can see that, the head definitely has a different style. It's definitely not, the same kind of deal as the multiverse heads. But I think it really works for Kingdom Come Superman because it looks, like an older type face. I did paint in the gray hair, so that's all painted. The figure just had black hair. So, I thought this actually would work quite well. Now, getting the head attached was another story. So I had to do some, dremeling, some cutting, some gluing, some painting. It's just, that's how it goes when you're trying to do a very old DC Direct part and make it match up with one of these brand new figures. It's tough. And then finally, with the Kingdom Come S insignia, I guess if that's what you want to call it. What I did is I got the images from the internet and I copied and pasted them into a Word document, and then I printed out the Kingdom Come, symbol, printed it out on label paper on a color printer. And then to make the colors match, I went ahead and painted it with the same red and black as what I used in the trunks, because I wanted all the, reds and blacks to match perfectly, because if you print something with color ink, it's not going to be the exact same color as, everything else. And then I don't remember if the hands actually came with the figure, but I did have to paint the neck and paint the hands to match the color of the actual face. And yeah, I think that this figure turned out really well. I'm always extra careful with them because the head is glued on. But yeah, the Kingdom Come S symbol came out pretty good. The trunks with the red on it. Yeah. So, and then he has the classic Superman spit curl. He's got the gray hair, which Kingdom Come Superman is supposed to have. And, I think he looks great with the other multiverse figures. So if I actually put my custom Superman right next to him here, so they're in line with each other, I think that looks really good. He's, again, it's the Red Sun Superman body, so it's not as bulky. But I think these look cool together. And then we can get rid of him for a second. And then we can see how he measures up with the original first Superman release. And I think these guys look even better together because, again, the bodies are the same. The size of the S symbol on the chest is the same. So yeah, if anything, this Kingdom Come Superman goes really well with the first release McFarlane Superman. I think they actually look really awesome together. And then, I can get rid of this guy for a second and then bring Lex in. Now, I'm sure you all know that this Lex Luthor figure is a bit tall, but I think since he's in his battle suit, I think that helps. So you can see that, he's about the same height, maybe a tiny bit taller. And then just for one more comparison, because I thought that this would be kind of fun, is how about a different multiverse Superman? I move this guy over, and now I think I messed him up a little bit when I was getting him off the shelf. There he goes. So there we go. So this is the Mattel Multiverse Kingdom Come Superman, which I think I also had to paint the gray in the hair because they only put a teeny tiny bit of gray in his hair, and I like it to be a lot more, obvious and apparent. So yeah, Mattel Multiverse Kingdom Come Superman and my McFarlane custom Kingdom Come Superman. I think they look pretty cool. I mean, it's the same character, just two very different lines of toys. And yeah, I'm really happy I did this custom. Like I said, it did take a lot of work. There was a lot of paint as well as, cutting and gluing of things and everything. But yeah, I think it worked out really, really well. I wasn't sure what blue I wanted to use, but I think I do like this darker blue. I like the, Kingdom Come Superman having a little bit of a darker blue suit than just the regular classic Superman. All right, so we'll get rid of the Mattel figure. And the other custom that I've been working really hard on, pretty much just as hard as the Kingdom Come Superman, is this guy. And I've been having a bit of trouble getting him to stand, but there he goes. So I have also finished my McFarlane DC Multiverse Steel figure. So this is based on the really the first appearance of John Henry Irons in the comic books during the Death and Return of Superman storyline. That's really what I based this figure off of. I was looking at combinations of pictures from the comic books and then pictures of the DC Direct figure. So the base body for this steel figure, you may actually be able to tell, It is the dark side blue armored Lex Luthor figure. So if I just get rid of Kingdom Come Superman, and I'll bring Lex back in here so you can see the comparison, if they don't knock each other over. So yeah, so this was the blue armor figure, and of course we have the green and purple armor figure. But you know, the bodies were pretty much the same. So you can see the similarities here between the steel custom figure and the Lex Luthor figure. So that's what I used the base body on. Then it was really not too bad to start with, because all I did just starting out, obviously I took off the, you know, the dark side Lex Luthor head, and I just painted the entire figure in metallic silver. So I think I put about 3 or 4 coats of the metallic silver acrylic paint on the steel figure. And then I went ahead and I painted some of it in a dark gray. I think the actual name of the paint is Pavement, so it's like a dark gray. So I did that with the shoulders, the forearm gauntlets, and then the upper part of the boots, just to give it, you know, obviously he needs more than just all silver, you know, all metal look. You know, he needs a bit more than that. So I did the dark gray Pavement color. And then I started actually looking for a head to use, because obviously I did not have just a steel head, because McFarlane hasn't made it. The Mattel steel figures and the DC Direct steel figures, you know, those are pretty valuable, so I don't want to just rip the head off of one of those. So I actually bought an Iron Man head off of eBay, and when it got here, I was like, no, it's not going to work. I thought it said that it was 7-inch scale, but the head was definitely too small, and it just wouldn't look right. And then what actually happened was I bought a Masters of the Universe Masterverse Faker. So for those of you who are only DC fans, if you don't know what that is, basically it's the new line of adult collectible He-Man figures. So in the Revelation cartoon series on Netflix, the Faker character, which is supposed to be like Skeletor's android version of He-Man, Faker looked pretty much exactly like He-Man, and then he was just kind of shown to be a robot, whereas the vintage toy is blue. So the only reason I bought the Faker is because it was, I think, over 50% off on the Target website, and I think I wanted to buy something else, and I needed to buy more things for free shipping, and I saw the Faker figure, and I was like, sure, why not? I'll get it. I think it was like $14 or something like that. So when it came and I started looking at the figure, I realized that the alternate head, let's get rid of Lex before he falls over and knocks everything down. The alternate head that came with that Masterverse Faker figure is absolutely perfect for a steel figure. So this is the robotic head that came with that Faker figure, and all I did was paint the eyes black, and that's it. That I did not do anything else to this head except paint the eyes black. And I like how it contrasts with the silver on the rest of the body, so it's not the same silver. It gives it a little bit more of a difference. And then while I have the figure here, you can see I also added some more of that dark gray just to accent some of the parts. So I did like some of it around the belt area. I did around the S symbol. Again, just to give it a little bit of contrasting colors, you know, give it a little bit more personality. So yeah, I really lucked out with the Faker head. I think it looks great, honestly, for steel. It, you know, proportion wise, it's great. And yeah, so I was very happy about that. Then I had to figure out what to do about the cape. So you can see it is a cloth cape, and I have it glued to the back of the figure there. So that is glued in there underneath the shoulder so it's not going anywhere, hopefully. And so this cape is actually from a Thor 12-inch Titan Hero figure. So if you know what Titan Hero figures are, some people call them like the Nutcracker figures because they're just like the tall, skinny figures with like, I think 4 or 5 points of articulation. And I was looking around eBay trying to find something with a red cape that would work for this, and obviously I don't want to spend very much. So I found this Thor figure. I think it was $5 or $6 on eBay, and the cape really is perfect. I mean, I thought maybe it was a little too big, but if you look at some of the other Steel figures, or even if you look at Steel in the comic books, he has a big, huge red cape. So I thought, hey, perfect. So now he has a cloth cape. It is a little weird because, you know, all the other McFarlane figures, they do have the hard plastic capes like Superman here. But it works. I think it's fine. I mean, again, for whatever it cost me, $5 or whatever, I think it was worth it. And then the one thing that's missing from this Steel figure, because it's the one thing I still haven't quite figured out yet, is his hammer. Now, luckily enough, the Thor figure that I got the red cape from came with a hammer. And I think it's going to work, but it's Thor's hammer, right? So I have to do a good bit of customizing and painting to make it actually look like Steel's hammer. And I'm still working on that. I haven't quite figured that out yet. So I will definitely, you know, post some pictures on Instagram once I have the hammer all figured out and decide what I want to do. But at least I have the base to the hammer. So the Thor hammer is going to work great. I just need to obviously make it longer, paint it the right colors, and then Steel will have his hammer and he'll be officially complete. But I think that this Steel figure came out really well. I mean, in fact, I don't know. I mean, maybe he came out better than the Kingdom Come Superman. I'll let you guys decide. And actually, yeah, that would be great. If you're watching this video, I would love to hear what you think of these two custom figures, and I'd love to hear which one you like the best. Do you like Steel? There goes Superman. Do you like Steel the best? Or do you like the Kingdom Come Superman better? So, and, you know, please tell me, what do you think of these figures? Do you think I, you know, did a good job? Do you think that I could have done something different? Do you have any other ideas? Do you have any other characters that you would like to see me try to do? I'm really trying to fill out the classic comic book Superman characters as well as the different versions of Superman. I did quite a bit of that with the Mattel DC Universe line. I probably made about 10 or 20 customs for that line of characters that they either didn't make or didn't make the versions that I wanted. And I'm kind of doing the same thing with the McFarlane figures because they're very affordable. They're pretty much easy to get a hold of. So, you know, it's a fun kind of thing to do sometimes, and it's been working out really well. And I'm very happy with these two figures. Like I said, it took a lot of work, but I'm very happy with them. Now, before I sign off here and let you guys get back to your day, there's one more custom figure that I want to share with you. And this was something I've never done before. It was just a random idea that I had, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it, and I'm going to see how it turns out. And it actually turned out quite well. And it is this little guy. So you could probably tell this is an Imaginext figure. And it's funny because, you know, once again, it was something that was really, really on sale. And it was, you know, I needed free shipping and I needed to add something to my cart in order to get free shipping. And it's actually from Jurassic World. It was a dinosaur toy that I thought just looked kind of cool. And it was like $5 or $6. And I was like, sure, why not? And then I was like, all right, what am I going to do with this, like, figure of a person? Like, I don't need just a random person Imaginext figure. And I thought, hey, you know what? They never did make a Kyle Rayner Imaginext figure. I actually have a lot of Imaginext figures because some of them are really great and really, really classic. You know, they made really classic versions of Dr. Fate and Firestorm and Superman and Krypto. And those are some of my absolute favorite characters of all time. So you know, my favorite Green Lantern is Kyle Rayner, and I painted this little Imaginext figure to look like the original Kyle Rayner suit from the 90s. I got his ring, you know, and I just painted black, green, white. That's all I pretty much needed, and I think he came out great. I mean, he's obviously very tiny. He's not in scale with any of these guys, but it was a fun little project. It didn't take too much time. It was just nice to be working on something that was real kind of low stakes and easy, just simply painting the toy. And yeah, I'm gonna put him with the rest of my Imaginext figures as if he was an officially released figure. So yeah, those are all my DC customs. I will be putting out some other videos with some other customs that I've been working on that are not, you know, DC figures, because I collect a lot of other things as well. And then also, tomorrow I am planning on posting my top 10 toys of 2021. If you follow a lot of different toy YouTube folks on here, you know that we all like to do our top 10 toys for the year. So I am planning on posting that video tomorrow, and I hope you all watch it, and I hope you enjoy it. I would love to know what your top 10 toys are as well. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and have a Happy New Year.